Hi, you're in bed with Ultimate Painting. This is James, and I'm Jack. We have some questions for each other. So the first one is, what happened last night?
So last night we played a show in Hamburg in
Where
our
we are
house.
now.
Yes, where we are now. And at the end of the night, this morning, a strange man got into our hotel room and got into bed with our bandmate Will. And it really happened, and we had to call the police because he wouldn't leave.
Yeah, I had a message from James this morning when I was looking at my phone after waking up, and it was like, "There's a strange man in the room. You need. What room are you in?
I need to get out.
I need to get out
right
and
now.
then Will had basically been in a bed, like a single bed, and he woke up and there was a guy spooning him. I know. And so the hotel sort of refused. I think they thought we were joking at first.
But then they called the police and they escorted him out. It was really strange. It was very strange.
And they were angry with us for not locking the hotel room door rather than the guy. So, yeah, your turn.
Okay. Jack, which was the most uncomfortable place you ever slept at?
I mulled this over, but it's definitely that house. We stayed at the house.
Woody's.
We stayed at a punk house in Boston. It was freezing cold. The snow was 5 foot deep, and I slept in an armchair.
But I think it was even worse. It was like an armchair, and then you had like a little stool or something, and you were like sleeping between two different levels.
Yeah.
It looked incredibly uncomfortable.
There's that, or when I slept under that sink in Santa Cruz. Yeah.
That was bad too.
Okay. So, what's the funniest, weirdest place you ever fell asleep?
Well,
you deciding whether to tell the story?
No, I don't think I can tell that story.
No.
It's too weird. So I've sleepwalked in the past and I have had some really, really weird experiences, but one's too weird to say because actually I told someone once and she used it in an interview and I didn't tell her in the interview and it got on like a voice thing or something, right? Do you know about that?
No. Who?
This girl, and she did it almost as a revenge thing because we had an interview with the Proper Ornaments and we didn't show up. We just, both of us didn't bother showing up.
Oh.
And she worked for Vice, and so she didn't do that, but said this story because the girl in question was her ex-housemate.
Oh no.
And it's on like a blog and everyone can read about it. So I'm not going to say it, but it's just, I've slept in so many strange places. I don't know what I could add to that. I'll ask you one. When was the last time you pulled an all-nighter, Jack?
Oh, a long time ago. I'm very boring compared to most people I know.
What about the Munich?
Oh yeah, stayed up very late in Munich. We went to like a dance club. It was pretty weird. No, I didn't stay up all night.
You did.
I didn't.
We had a friendly man who had a baton that he was twirling around, and in the baton he'd take the top off, and he had different drug stuff, and he was very eccentric.
I didn't stay up all night because Patrick from Veronica Falls woke me up in the morning in his underpants and a cup of tea, so I must have fallen asleep at some point.
That's true.
What's the scariest thing that ever happened to you in bed? That guy this morning?
Yeah, that guy this morning. Yeah, that was really weird. Yeah. Jack, where are you going to sleep tonight?
A hotel. Okay. Hopefully. It's not always that, but...
Okay.
What music do you listen to fall asleep?
I actually watch documentaries to fall asleep on my iPhone with my pajamas with it like an inch away from my face, and I can't watch music documentaries because they're a bit too exciting or listen to music, so I watch like history ones, stuff like that. Things that like lull me to sleep.
Boring things.
Exciting things, but
Okay.
not too exciting.
It's a fine balance.
Yeah.
Is it me? Is
Yes.
you? I just asked.
Yes. Well, I don't know why I asked this one, it's quite boring. What's your relationship to your bed?
Well, me and my wife, when we moved in together like 4 years ago, we were given a bed, like a big king-size bed by Julia, who used to live with Tasuni. And I realised like a couple of nights in that the slats of the bed underneath the mattress, they work their way out and it collapses. Like maybe every other night.
Oh,
My
really?
bed collapses.
Oh, that's hard.
And I've never sorted it out. And Tasuni's like, why don't we just buy a new bed? And I'm like, no, because I'll just, I'll put them back, it's fine. But I'll be asleep and I'll be moving around and it goes like that. And so that's an example of just how lazy I am.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I would sort that out straight away.
And then, I sleep next to my wife, and then my cat Toby sleeps by my feet. That's it.
Okay.
Which monster sleeps under your bed? That was the...
Is that the one that
Do you
everyone
have-
asks?
What?
Sorry. Yeah. I actually sleep with a lot of stuff under my bed, not monsters, nothing disgusting. But I have a lot of guitar cables, and I have a lot of 1950s Life magazines for some reason under my bed. And I even have some screen printing fluid.
For when you go back in time and you
Yeah.
have to relate to them.
Yeah, to the 50s. I have loads of stuff that whenever I've had a bed that you can put things under, I just put all this stuff that I don't actually want, but I can't throw away.
Yeah.
So I have a strange, and basically I should just get rid of it all, but I can't bring myself to do it.
You don't have to.
No.
You can keep whatever under there.
Okay.
That's it. What do I do?
Your monster.
I don't understand.
Your monster?
Oh, my monster.
Which monster sleeps under your bed, Jack?
Well, my cat Toby sleeps under there sometimes, and she, the only creature that's been under my bed was a rat that she brought in, and I couldn't, I was alone in the house, and I hate rats. Most people do, but it was under the bed and I couldn't get it out, and I had to lift the bed up, and I went under there to try and find it, but it was evading me.
That sounds stressful.
Yeah, so that. But I don't believe in monsters. Just rats.
At the riverside, water's running high over our heads, flowing